Hello everyone, welcome to Introduction to Big Data. So this video is kind of an overview of big data. So what is big data and how can we classify a particular problem as a big data problem? So let's get started. Well, what is big data? So the definition from Wikipedia says it is a group or it refers to data sets that are so voluminous and so large and complex that a traditional data processing system or software cannot handle it. Well, to be blunt, so a regular computer or a regular laptop cannot handle a big data problem. So this is what big data is about. So people generally ask, so how do we classify? How do we get to know that a problem or a data set we are taking or it's challenging is a big data problem? Well, there are some factors to consider whether a problem is can be classified as a big data problem or not. The first one out of them is volume. So volume refers to the size. So well, if the data size we are handling is too big, which like it's just crossed the gigabytes and terabytes, it's going more than terabytes, something which cannot be handled by regular systems, then definitely it's a big data problem. Okay, so the fact is that now per day around 2.5 quintillion bytes of data is being generated. That means it refers to around 1 followed by 18 zeros. So it takes some time for a human just to understand the number itself. So just imagine how much the data will be. So that's it. The second factor which contributes to big data is the variety. Just before we used to had a particular structured data, a structure of data, mostly numerical and sometimes some categorical data. But now the time has changed. Everywhere the data is mostly coming in the unstructured formats. There is a large unstructured data available. People are getting text data in the form of comments, in the form of reviews, and everywhere. So there is a great need to analyze such unstructured data. For example, the sentiment analysis or spam filtering. All these things are run or are will work with unstructured data or text data. So to handle such varieties of data, we definitely need can definitely put it in the form of a big data problem. And the third and the last one, which is an important factor, is the velocity. So the rate at which the data is going. So for any particular organization, the rate at which the data comes to them or the data is incoming into their organization is like very high, then it's definitely they have to scale up the resources to handle such big data. The data collected from the beginning of the world to 2000 is equal to the data collected in now in less than a day by these organizations. The big is the Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So they're collecting some huge amount of data every day, and all these factors can be addressed only by the big data. Well, being said about the big data, its features, now it's turn to talk something about the challenges we face with the big data. So we have the big data problem. So the first challenge obviously comes with the storage. So the problem with storage is we just can't stack up the CPUs together and to handle such huge data. So one viable solution is using cloud and using some distributed data sources. And the second problem is the computational efficiency, because to handle or to process such huge data, we need we need some CPUs with a huge amount of power. So we need to acquire such systems which has such high computational efficiency. Well, and the next one would be the data loss. So when such huge amount of data is being handled, there is a chance that we might lose some data or we might lose everything even with a small hatch. So to avoid that, we have to take some measures. and the final one is the cost. So just imagine if your desktops are costing somewhere around $1,000. Just imagine how much it will take to just host and just play with this much huge amount of data. So all these factors must be addressed, and we have some efficient tools like Hadoop, MapReduce, Scala, Spark to handle these big data problems nowadays. So well, this is all introduction to big data. Hope you guys enjoy.